Legal expert Jack Furlong. Jack, the biggest revelation from the press conference was these toxicology reports showing that Kevin Ward Jr. was under the influence of marijuana. How big of an impact do you think that had on this decision?
I don't think it had any impact at all, and quite frankly, I've read a million tox reports in my life. It didn't say that. It simply said there was presence of cannabis in his blood, and they probably gave some kind of a 0.000 point something percentage, which wouldn't tell you unless you knew the kid exactly how marijuana would have affected him. Now, for the DA to say that it in some way impaired his judgment, in my experience, people who smoke marijuana, their judgment is impaired by eating too many potato chips, but not by being more reckless on a racetrack. That is not in any way central to this particular controversy.
So are you saying then that what the DA said was maybe a little bit misleading? I mean, this is what everybody's been talking about since they made that announcement.
I know. And frankly, everything up to this point has been handled extremely professionally by both the Sheriff's Department and the District Attorney's Office, and quite frankly, Tony Stewart's team and his lawyers and everybody who's laid low, and even the Ward family. This in particular struck me as a cheap shot, and I don't know why for the life of me they felt the necessity of releasing that particular information. If they had simply released the tox report and someone noticed it, that's one thing. For the DA to highlight it in his press conference, I thought was entirely inappropriate.
Well, Jack, now it's out there, and tell us what it means for any potential civil litigation brought on by the family.
Yeah, I don't think it would have an impact in terms of something we call in the civil arena comparative or contributory negligence. If you're Tony Stewart's legal team and you're arguing in a civil suit, he's now clear of any criminal prosecution. He's clear of any administrative sanction from NASCAR or anyone else, perhaps a loss of his driver's license. The one thing remaining for him is civil liability in a so-called wrongful death suit. In a highly contested civil suit, his lawyers would try to bring out the fact that the plaintiff, in this case, the estate of Kevin Ward, that Kevin contributed to his own death by getting high on marijuana and walking onto the track. At some level, those facts are already known to us, and quite frankly, though, it's not going to be an issue of contest in this wrongful death case, because from what I can see, and I'd be willing to bet, the Stewart camp has already achieved a financial settlement with Kevin Ward's family.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about some other things that Tantillo mentioned. He highlighted this